shocked when I got the text the next morning.
That was the Sunday message. He called me that day.
Did he? No. Hello. How are you?
I'm ready.
We're ready?
Good evening, everybody. We just completed the executive session, which began at 5:30 on June 27th of 2022. The purpose of that meeting was to discuss personnel, litigation, miscellaneous, and old business matters. That meeting had been advertised and was compliant with the Open Public Meeting Act and NJSA 10:4-6, which is also known as the Sunshine Law. The matters discussed will be made public when confidentiality is no longer required, and formal action pursuant to said discussion shall take place only at a meeting to which the public has been invited. We are now set to begin our special public meeting on June 27th, 2022 at approximately 6:40 p.m. Here in the Harrison School Conference Room. The Caldwell-West Caldwell Board of Education special public meeting is compliant with the Open Public Meeting Act and NJSA 10:4-6, which is also known as Sunshine Law. Notices have been sent to the Progress Caldwell, New Jersey, Star Ledger, Newark, New Jersey, Tap Into, West Essex, and notices also have been posted at the Board of Education Public Office here in Harrison School Building on Gray Street in West Caldwell, and have been delivered to both clerks of Caldwell and West Caldwell for posting. Brian, can I ask you to take the roll, please?
Yes. Mr. Diambola. Here. Mr. Elko. Ms. Getty.
Here.
Ms. Grasso.
Here.
Mr. Cipoletti.
Here.
So 4 members
Rise for the
present.
Pledge of Allegiance.
1 absent. We have a quorum.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Sorry, Brian, I'm trying to make up some time.
No problem.
Any communications, Brian?
None.
Okay, thank you. Dr. Conklin, Superintendent's report.
Yes, I actually invited a couple of our coaches here tonight, and I'd like to introduce the first, Coach Smith, who's also a math teacher at James Caldwell High School. If you could come up to the podium.
Can we have a round of applause for him, please?
First off, I'd like to say thank you to the board for inviting me and some of my players here tonight, congratulating them on a fantastic season. The 2022 Caldwell baseball program, we had a fantastic year. We won 24 games while only losing 8. This team, led by seniors Nick Bergamato, Gil Prial, Michael Scaglione, Nick McNish, Ryan Peeney, Matt Paris, Jude Baserman, Dante Holman, and Ty Vastola, along with juniors Ty Fredo, Luke Maida, who are here, and sophomores Louis Anamone, Joe Marinello, Don Velarde, and Nick Monterosa. They were able to win the Super Essex Conference Liberty Division title for the 2nd year in a row. They had a record of 11-1 in division play. And the year was capped off with an exhilarating state sectional title run through the North 2 Group 2 section of the state. We had wins over Dover 10-1, Madison 3-0, and Ridgewood Park 9-3. That set Caldwell up to face Hanover Park on a gorgeous Friday afternoon at Caldwell the day of prom. We faced they were the defending 2021 North 2 Group 2 champions, and they came to our home field. We were able to put together a great team effort and come away victorious and become the 2022 North 2 Group 2 champions for the first time in 20 years at Caldwell High School. This year our program had 3 goals, and we achieved all: win our division, the SEC Liberty Division, win 20 plus games, we had 24, and win our state title, which was the North 2 Group 2 title. This group was a very special group to coach, and they cemented their legacy at Caldwell, and I just want to say thank you guys for your support. I know the kids appreciated it, and we couldn't do it without you. Thank you.
Actually, I invited another coach, Coach Giambino Vassi. Did I say that correctly? I will get it correct. She is a world language teacher at James Caldwell High School as well, right?
Yes.
If she could just come up here and talk about girls in sport.
Good evening, Dr. Conklin and members of the Board of Education. Thank you for inviting me here tonight. And of course, thank you for all of your support. I'm here to honor Kate Quinn. Kate Quinn has been a 4-year starter of the varsity girls lacrosse team. She's a strong and positive leader with a high lacrosse IQ. Kate was named a top player by NJ.com every year that she played. This year, she led the team in goals, points, and for caused turnovers. Kate was named team MVP, as well as first team all-conference, first team all-county, and Group 1 honors. Kate will continue to play lacrosse Division I at Drexel University next year. Kate was also honored by U.S. Lacrosse as an All-American. And U.S. Lacrosse defines an All-American as a player who exhibits superior skills and techniques and possesses exceptional game sense and knowledge. A USA Lacrosse All-American is one of the best players in the United States while also embodying excellence sportsmanship. Kate is also the first girl in the Caldwell history to receive this honor. So I have her award that I'd like to present to her.
Great.
If we could take a 2-minute break to get pictures, that'd be great. So maybe we'll try the boys baseball team first. If you guys could come up and we'll take a picture.
Did Ryan Smith graduate from here? Ryan Smith, did he graduate from here?
I think it was from here.
He's from here.
I think so. Almost sure. Very common.
Guys, if you want to go home
Yes.
before we go back on.
Bye. Thank you. Congratulations.
Just wait till-
His mom was a real estate agent.
Good.
Great, now we're going to move into public comments on agenda items and agenda items only at this time. Public participation shall be governed by the following. Participants must be recognized by the presiding officer, must preface their comments by an announcement of their name and address. Statements are to be limited to 3 minutes duration and may only address items on the agenda. Participants may speak no more than once on the same topic until all others who wish to speak on that topic have been heard, and all statements shall be directed to the presiding officer. If there's any questions or comments on the agenda at this time, please go up to the podium. Okay, if not, we are going to move into committee areas. Curriculum and technology.
For curriculum, the superintendent makes the following recommendations to the Board of Education. Motion to approve item numbers 1 through 10 on this evening's agenda under curriculum and technology.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Any questions or comments? Brian, can I ask you to take the roll, please?
Yes. Mr. Diambola,
Yes.
Ms. Getty,
Yes.
Ms. Grasso,
Yes.
Mr. Cipolleti.
Yes.
4-0, motion carried.
All right, thank you, Brian. Personnel?
Thank you, Mr. Cipolleti. I make a motion to approve certificated staff item letters A through E and non-certificated staff item letter A through B on this evening's agenda under personnel.
Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Any questions or comments? Brian, can I ask you to take the roll, please?
Mr. Diambola,
Yes.
Ms. Getty,
Yes.
Ms. Grasso,
Yes.
Mr. Cipolleti.
Yes.
4-0, motion carried.
Thank you, Brian. And finance?
The superintendent makes the following recommendations to the Board of Education. Motion to approve item numbers 1 through 18, but removing item number 7 for this evening under finance, and then item numbers 1 and 2 under facilities.
Thank you very much. Do I have a second?
I will second it.
Any questions or comments? Brian, can I ask you to take the roll?
Yes. Mr. Diambola,
Yes.
Ms. Getty,
Yes.
Ms. Grasso,
Yes.
Mr. Cipolleti.
Yes.
4-0, motion carried.
Thank you. And Ms. Getty with policy, please?
Thank you, Mr. Cipolleti. I make a motion to approve item numbers 1 and 2 on this evening's agenda under policy.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Questions or comments? Brian, can you take the roll, please?
Yes. Mr. Diambola,
Yes.
Ms. Getty,
Yes.
Ms. Grasso,
Yes.
Mr. Cipolleti.
Yes.
4-0, motion carried.
Great, thanks, Brian. And now we're going to move into public comments. Public comments or public participation shall be governed by the following. Participants must be recognized by the presiding officer and must preface their comments by their announcement of their name and address. Statements are to be limited to 3 minutes in duration. Participants may speak no more than once on the same topic until all others who wish to speak on that topic have been heard, and all statements shall be directed to the presiding officer. Any questions or comments?
Good evening, Terry DiMartini Greenlee, 35 Woodrow Place. I just have a question about the search for the Washington School principal, if we can have an update of how things are going and if someone will be in the building in September.
Someone will be in the building in September. The search is ongoing. We're doing an exhaustive search to make sure we find the right fit for Washington Elementary School. There'll be a notice sent out to the public on Wednesday discussing what we're going to have in place starting maybe as early as July 5th and going through until we find a finalist or have a final candidate, for that position.
Wonderful. Okay, so will that include then as a parent who we can contact?
You'll be getting a letter on Wednesday
Okay.
that exactly tells you who to
Okay.
contact.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Sure.
4 o'clock Wednesday evening, that's when the letter will go out.
Thank you.
Exactly, absolutely.
Any other
President
questions?
Cipolleti, if there's no other questions, I have one comment I'd like to make.
Okay, any other questions or comments? Floor is yours.
I'd just like to apologize to my wife. It's our 24th wedding anniversary. And
And what?
In my defense, I did get her a new car for her birthday, so
Oh, nice. Does she
hopefully
know
that makes
that?
up for being like, she does know that
Does
she
she-
got
oh,
it the
so
other
it's not-
day.
you're not spoiling
But I
the
just want to
surprise.
apologize to her in public because
Okay.
That's very nice.
reminding me that I'm not home for dinner, so.
Okay.
Luckily,
It's
this
on
is
the
a-
permanent record.
This is
Permanent record.
We'll get you there.
Thank you.
So now everybody should have a question, so you can't get.
But I do just have a comment. To our reporters and journalists who are here every week when we have meetings, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for your efforts. We appreciate it very much.
Second.
I'm
But
sure you would rather be
especially-
doing something else.
But especially when we honor the kids, it's nice
Yeah.
that you get their names out, and it's all about recognizing them. And as we know, especially in the summer meeting, there's not a lot of people here, there's not a lot of people online, so to give them, I mean, there are two big triumphs here tonight. We have an All-American best lacrosse player in the United States right here from James Caldwell High School, and the boys' baseball team certainly had a season to be envied, so thank you both.
Appreciate it very much.
And Julianne, nobody could tell online that nobody's here. That it's packed down there.
It's really packed.
If there are no other questions or comments, I think we're going to move into executive session. The purpose of that meeting is to discuss personnel, litigation, miscellaneous, and old business matters. That meeting has been advertised and is compliant with the Open Public Meeting Act and NJSA 10:4-6, which is also known as the Sunshine Law. The matters discussed will be made public when confidentiality is no longer required, and formal action pursuant to said discussion shall take place only at a meeting to which the public has been invited. Do I have a motion to enter public session, executive session?
I'll make the motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion has been made by Ms. Grosso and seconded by Ms. Getty. Upon the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, the Caldwell-West Caldwell Board of Education shall enter executive session at approximately 6:57 p.m.
All in favor, ayes?
Aye.
Nays? Abstentions? Motion carried.
Thanks for coming, everybody. Enjoy your
Thank you.
summer.
Happy summer.